you just won $1 million, you'll be like, woohoo! I'm going to give you the #1 way to completely change shitty cycles in your life right now. Let's go. We've all been stuck in certain cycles, whether it's health cycles, life cycles, with our friends, with our loved ones, with our work. We all get trapped in these loops when it comes to suffering, whether it's in relationships, whether it's with our kids, whether it's with work, whether it's with our health. All of these things in our lives, all these relationships can all get stuck in a loop. And I'm going to show you the #1 way to completely change that and cause a ripple effect into your entire life that can change everything for the better. The #1 way to make this change is words. Your words. Your words are so important. And we take them for granted every single day. We just get on the horn and blah, 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 blah. We just yap however we want, you know? We're so used to getting in conversations and just, complaining about everything. So with your words influence thoughts. You're just listening to this. I just wrote thoughts on the board. We're going to draw a loop. Words to thoughts. Thoughts to feelings or emotions. And your emotions, they're going to go woo all the way into your actions. So this goes in a roundabout way. You speak some words, then you think about the things that you're talking about. And then once you're thinking about the things you're talking about, you're feeling the emotions attached to those things that you are thinking about. And those emotions have all the weight in the world to impact your action. What action you take, what action you do not take, your energy levels, then the way that you feel. Because let's get one thing straight. You are pure energy, vibrating all the time. You are energy. And it is your vibrational state that changes that makes you feel like you are riding high or riding low, feeling happy, feeling depressed. All of these vibrations come from your thoughts attached to your emotions, and your emotions cause the feelings, the chemical feelings in your body, the neurotransmitters that are released or not released. Your emotions, like, for example, if I told you, you just won $1 million, you'll be like, woohoo! And you're releasing some endorphins that make you feel so good. But if you get really bad news on the phone, something terrible has happened to someone you love, or you're just watching anything on the news, it's all bad. And it's all designed to keep you feeling low, keep you in a vibration of despair, of desperation, of fear. These are all very non-creative vibrational states. It is very hard to create from any of the states of fear, anger, sadness, depression, all of these things. And that is exactly what the world, that's exactly what the powers that be that run the whole media thing are trying to induce on you right now. With all of the shocking, horrible things being released all over social media and all over the news, it is designed to systematically take you down in your vibration. Just whether you're compassionate, empathetic, it doesn't matter how great and wonderful of a soul you are. As soon as you take on these feelings of these vibrations, it takes you down from a place to a place where you cannot create. And that is their control over you, to bring you down with those emotions. Because let's face it, the stuff on social media, it is an emotional roller coaster. It is designed like a slot machine to suck you in and to keep you going, oh, positive something, oh my gosh, positive something, oh my gosh, this is terrible. And it's just like grabbing your attention in every which way until that when you're finished, you're just like, whoa, what the hell was that? And you're just like, your brain is scrambled, your body's scrambled, your energy is scrambled. You don't even know where to turn. It takes you off your track. It takes you off your goals. It takes you away from your ability to create anything in your life. So, little sidetrack there, but very important. Words, whatever you're speaking. So if we're always talking about the things going on in the news, that's where everything is going. And it can be very down, very depressed, very scared with some of the things that they're trying to pull off in the world right now to keep you stuck. So I challenge you right now to go into a 30-day of really paying attention to all the words that are coming out of your mouth. Only speak the words of that of which you like, of that which you want to see in your life, of that which you want to feel in your life. Only speak the words that match up with things that you like to think of, that you want to manifest, that you want to see happen. It's going to be weird because you're going to get in a conversation and somebody's going to say something triggering. You're going to be like, instead of saying, yeah, that guy's a total asshole and this and blah, blah, blah. And also, did you hear about blah, 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 blah? And you could go off on a tangent of all the nasty, horrible things, or your back pain or your foot pain or your digestion. It's so easy to get triggered and trapped into just spewing all of the crap that people want to hear about. They're like, oh yeah, let's have a conversation. I'm going to just tell you all the horrible, hard things that are happening in life. What if you didn't do that? What if when those types of conversations are triggered, instead you say, I am actually getting better at blah, blah, blah. I am feeling better in blah, blah, blah. Fill in the blanks. My health is getting better. I'm feeling better all around, mentally, physically. My work is improving, or my work is pivoting. I'm working on a new project. I'm feeling really great about what I'm putting my energy into right now. Things have changed in my life, but zoom out big picture, it could be really great in the end. I might not see the whole big picture right now, but I have faith that everything is going to turn out really well. Or talk about taking action steps, really positive action steps, not talking about all the fear-mongering things and what you're doing out of fear, but all of the things that maybe you've been warned of something coming, and you are taking positive, good, prepared steps in a loving way to look after your family, look after yourself. Talk about those things in that positive way. No matter what terrible thing seems to be happening right now, find a way to place it into a positive light and talk about it in that way, because those words, talking about something in a positive way, will trigger the positive thoughts of like, oh, what does that even look like? And then your brain will start to think about all the positive things that go along with that, like picturing you healthy, picturing you feeling good, picturing you living someplace really amazing, picturing you growing your own food, picturing your work going really well. Like, these images are what are going to be triggered by your words in those conversations. And those thoughts, those images will trigger the emotions that go along with that. And your body will start to release all those wonderful endorphins and those great neurotransmitters that support those thoughts, those images in your mind, that vision. And it is those emotions, those wonderful emotions mixed with those delicious, wonderful things being released in your body, that are going to create you taking the next action step. And that is the loop to take the action steps, because action releases all that energy, that excess potential that can build up by not taking action. Because it's one thing to talk about something, to think about something, and to feel all that stuff. And that's usually where people get really anxious, is they go through these steps and then they miss taking action. You talk about doing things, you talk about planning things, you talk about doing things, but as soon as you refuse to take any action, you just that's when the anxious feeling can happen, because you've already released all those endorphins and your body's like, oh, it's time to do stuff. But then if you stop yourself from doing the thing, you can kind of feel a little paralyzed. And it's almost like a weight. That's all this excess potential, all this excess energy is now a weight waiting there, because you didn't use it. Now it's like, all this energy is like, well, now it's sitting on you. You're like, oh, what do I do? This is heavy. It's very heavy. To get that weight gone, you have to take action, even if it's a little one, even if it's a tiny thing. Whatever you are working towards, take a little bit of action. Even if you get stuck, take action, even with something that isn't related to what you were doing before. For example, when I get caught up doing a whole lot of work and I can start to feel a little bit bogged down, and maybe I've got a few things on my mind and I'm not fully present, and I look around my house and I'm like, oh, it's just like, I feel a little stiff in my back. I feel a little heavy in my body. I'm like, what's going on? Then I realize there's a few messes. A little bit of clutter has piled up, kids, toys, clothing, stuff, dishes, good golly. So instead of instead of forcing myself to try to take another action step in work or any project that I'm doing, I instead go and clean up some of the messes. Start in one tiny little area. One tiny little area. Don't go from room to room cleaning up a whole bunch of like little things here and there, because you won't see any progress, and it'll feel like you've done a lot without seeing any big progress. So go to one area, one corner, one table, one room, and just focus on that one thing. Get it all cleaned up, because as soon as you do that, you get some dopamine release. When you get that dopamine release, then go on to the next thing. When you clean up your space, it cleans up your mind. When you take action, it releases that pile of energy, and then you can feel lighter to go on to your next thing. Okay? So sometimes words can just be anything like, and I always love the words of my friend Paul. Paul, you have the best words. It's the Good Power Project. He is always sending these amazing text messages with wonderful inspirational quotes, and then emails again with these sequences, word sequences that he puts together. And it's everything like, I am strong, I am powerful, I can do this. It was like, I am happy, I am healthy, I am successful, I am wealthy. You know, I am statements are very powerful. I am strong, I can do this. These words are so empowering. And when you think of those words, then it goes to thoughts of you doing things that might seem hard, memories of you accomplishing things, thoughts of you actually doing the things. How can you make things happen? Your words. So, like I said before, 30 days of watching everything you say. Do not utter a single word that does not match up with your vision of what you want to see, what you would like to bring into your life, what you want to experience. Anytime you catch yourself doing it, don't get mad. Don't get upset with yourself. Don't scold yourself or be like, ah, dang, I did that thing. No. Just see it. Be like, I see that verbal trap. We're in there. Okay, that's not a big deal. And just try again. If you've said a sentence that does not align with what you want, just try again. I do this all the time. If I've said something, especially with my husband, like loved ones, it can be such a habit to just go back and forth with old conversation styles. So instead, when you see it happen, when you hear it happen, just pause and be like, oh, okay, let me try that again. And then just say the new sentence. Say what you want. It might sound weird, like you're almost robotic, but it's a new way of programming yourself. So don't get too weirded out by it. And who cares what anybody else thinks? If they think you sound really weird or you're doing weird things, let it be. Be weird. It's fine. It's better to be weird and making magic happen in your life than being normal and being stuck in these shit loops of creating crap life. So just, yeah, get to your words. You can do it. Let me know how this goes for you. Try it out. Come back and say something in comments. Let me know how it went for you. And if you want support and you want accountability with this, you can jump into my community, Misty Mountains Holistic on School. And there's something special coming up for any members that are in there right now. So let me know in the comments how things go, and I will see you on the next video.